So, what's going on, my riders? Welcome to Ride the Wave. Life comes in waves. You can either ride them or drive. So let's go for a ride.
Cut.
You lot don't understand the amount of work this went into this. Like the setup. This is the first.
Joel's done like 20 minutes of setup max.
I've just been watching Piers set up. That's why, bro. I told you I chose my friends and I chose them well.
Yeah, that's
you know
true.
what I'm saying. So we got the angles, we got the cameras, we got the mic. We had a bit of technicality with the mic, unfortunately, but we made it work. We made it work.
I think I've done a professional job.
I think you've done a good job as well. I sourced the equipment though.
That's true. This is a procurement guy.
So right, let's get into it. So the reason I wanted to start a podcast was I have a lot of interesting friends. And I have a lot of interesting conversations, and I thought it might be worthwhile to someone out there to capture some of these conversations, and if anything's gained, even for myself having the conversations, a bit selfish, but why not? So that's why I decided to start Ride the Wave, the podcast. So, and who else would I have on as my first guest, apart from my boy Piers? You know what I'm saying? So, who are you, bro? Tell us what's your name? Tell us about yourself.
I'm Piers Kamette. I'm an aerospace engineer.
Okay, big brain.
I've got another job of clothing brand owner as well. So I'll be
Illicit.
promoting that probably throughout the podcast a little bit. But you'll see Joel's wearing one as well.
Yeah, people probably think that I'm dressed like this for the pod, but this is my day-to-day attire, man. It's illicit till we die, baby.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, me and Joel have known each other, 7 years?
Oh, yeah.
Coming up for
September 2016,
yeah,
bro.
That's the one that started the apprenticeship.
Yeah, man.
Started
I actually didn't like this guy at first. I thought he was a bit obnoxious, I can't lie. Turned up late on the first day, like with his quiff and that.
I turned up to the apprentice in a trap star t-shirt.
Yeah, bro. This guy pulled up in a trap star. I was in a shirt. This guy was in a trap star t-shirt. I was like, who is this guy, bro? Like, what's going on?
I'm still obnoxious now. I haven't changed. You just learned to love it.
He actually hasn't changed. But yeah, man, it's been a long journey. Like, and
definitely.
You know what? We've been talking about starting a podcast for me, you, and Ben.
Since me, you, Ben, Aaron have all been friends. We've always talked about podcasts.
We've always spoke about it, and we finally made it happen. And I messaged Ben actually. And I told him I was starting one, and he's like, finally, yes,
get me on
there.
Got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Trust me, bro. Stuff. And there's gonna be more coming your guys' way for sure. This is just the start. But yeah, let's get into it, man. So
ready.
Tell us, ready, stay
my
ready.
First podcast as well, obviously.
It's my first podcast as well, but we'll work it out.
Feels a little strange.
It does feel very strange, the whole setup.
Just talking not talking into the mic, but just talking on mic's a bit of a.
But it's just two friends having a chat, man. Two best buds, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, tell us a bit about yourself, man. Like, I want to know why you are the way you are, and then we're gonna get into the nitty gritty of Illicit and everything else. But yeah, tell us a bit about your childhood and your family and stuff like that.
Okay, so I grew up in a multinational. Like, my parents are multinational. My dad's French. My mum's English. So I didn't grow up seeing my dad too much. He was always at work, so I can't actually speak French. It's a bit embarrassing.
Bit sad, really. You gotta get on the Duolingo, bro.
It's too long for me. It's too late now. 25, I'm getting old, man. Yeah, so I'm from Somerset, near Bristol.
Okay.
I've lived around this area my whole life.
Tell them the specific location.
I can't tell them. The Somerset's a specific location.
There's a famous show, right?
Game of Thrones, yeah. Wait, what?
And there's another show, right?
Oh, no, that's not got nothing to do.
No, not at all. My bad. I thought so. You're from.
I went to school in a small town called Midsummer Norton, which Joel is mistaken for Midsummer Murders, I believe. This guy's showing his age right now with Midsummer Murders.
I ain't never watched that show. That was way before my time, man. Bro.
Midsummer Murders guy over here.
Okay, sorry to interrupt. Go on, carry on.
So Midsummer Norton, that's where I went to school. Just a small village in Somerset. Moved to Bristol when I was, I guess, 18 when we started the apprenticeship. And then known Joel since then. Been in every house Joel's ever lived in. One time in that flat in Filton.
Yep.
Yeah, you remember that guy?
Bro.
You don't want to know about that guy.
Yeah, that was a different time in my life. That was a rough period.
That was
Sick.
so funny, man.
Oh,
And then
man.
when you got decked underneath the bridge.
Bro. That was a long time. We've come a long we've come a long way from then.
Yeah, that's
true. We're doing well now.
Kind of grown up a little bit.
We
I feel
have.
like I've grown up a little
Somehow.
bit. Yeah. We come in fresh-faced 18-year-olds
Trust
straight
me.
out of like
Two babies.
straight out of sixth from both of us.
Yeah.
And then obviously you come down from Liverpool. I was going to UE anyway, so I got the apprenticeship. We all moved in, and then never lived together.
No,
It's
we
one thing
haven't.
we've never done.
We actually haven't.
But here we are, 7 years later. That's what we've been up to.
Yes, sir.
About me though, hobbies, I guess. Mountain biking. Do a lot of mountain biking. I do it with Joel.
Yep.
Do a fair bit of partying with the boys. I love my cars. So I had 3 cars a couple of weeks ago, but sold one of them now. Got 2 left. I got the Sirocco and the van.
This guy drives a van as well, believe it or not. The van
Camper
guy.
van, all built out inside. I'm
VW
sure there might be
Transporter.
some photos shown up on the YouTube.
Yeah, we'll try. If we get the editing locked, then we'll flash them.
Bang. A link in the description.
We'll
everything.
cross that bridge when we
All
come
of
to
that.
it. Yeah, I
Haven't
don't know
quite
what
figured
we're
out
about.
that bit
Yeah,
yet.
we'll get there.
It's
We'll
cool.
get there. Yeah, man. So Mr. Illicit.
That's me.
So as you can see, I'm repping. I'm always repping.
Going.
Obviously, Mr. Illicit's repping as well. So that's what I kind of wanted to. So with this podcast, I want to try and focus on like people doing different stuff outside of like the classic 9 to 5. You know, outside of the classic rat race and everything like that. So why did you start Illicit? Why did you start Illicit? I actually don't know the answer to these questions.
Well, I always like to draw. I had an iPad Pro.
Yeah, you're
I
quite
had
an
iPad.
artistic guy.
Yeah, I've always been drawing. I always like doodling at school.
Fun fact about Piers as well, actually. Tell them about all your tattoos.
I've had these in the last year, every single one of them.
And you've drawn majority of
every
them.
single
Every
one.
single one.
Yeah,
You've
I've
drawn,
not done them on myself because I'm scared of
He's
needles.
drawn every single tattoo himself. Obviously, he hasn't tattooed them himself, but he's designed every single tattoo himself. I think that's pretty sick. You've literally
individual to me, innit?
designed your own
I
body.
guess that's the whole point of tattoos.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point in getting some other
You know
person's
for a
artwork on
fact that no one else in the world has those exact
it? Yeah,
tattoos.
but unless they've copied them off an image of me or something, but who's gonna do that? They're pretty
Don't
crap
know, man.
anyway.
If pod blows up,
Obviously, I get my inspiration from places. I don't just come up with all the ideas, but a lot of them are family oriented on this one. This one's more just animals and nature and stuff. But
so
I don't
yeah,
know if
you've
the cameras
always.
can see them all.
I don't know, bro.
Bro,
We'll have to
show a few
review.
shots
We'll
of
have to
that.
review. There's
A
no
few
camera.
in here.
There's no
young
camera.
guys.
There's no cameraman. It's just us two in here with the setup. You
Trying
know,
to figure it
so
out.
we're raw. We're raw right now, but we're trying. So yeah, you've always been quite artistic, really.
Yeah, man. So yeah, obviously had my iPad. I was doodling on it, and then my girlfriend at the time, she said, "Why don't you just do something productive with it?" Basically, and then we came up. I think we've spoken about it before, starting like a mountain biking brand or something like that. And I think we like theorized a few names. Maybe it was with Jack as well. But then it came up, and we were just thinking. Me and my ex at the time, we were thinking about names, and she came up with Illicit from illicit drug use of all things. There's no correlation, by the way.
We don't encourage anything of the use.
Yeah, obviously, but illicit is a cool word in my opinion. And then I was on my iPad just drawing it up, and I one banged the logo, the one that Joel's got on his chest straight away. I thought that looks sick. It reminded me of something. I could never put my finger on what it was, and it still reminds me of it to this day. But I ain't got a clue what it is. But now it just looks like the Illicit logo to me, so that's fine.
Yeah, so
I guess I've made myself a brand.
You've even gotten a little Illicit tattoo somewhere, haven't you?
I have got a little one. I don't know if
I
that's
don't know
gonna
if you're
show
gonna
up.
pull it out. Are you gonna pull it out? Pull it out.
I'm gonna have to get up on the pod.
Yeah, go on, show that. Yeah, bang. We ain't got no cameraman. We don't even know if you captured that.
No, that'll do. You might just get
But it is really Illicit till we die, man. Like, yeah, I
permanent
love.
now.
When you started that, I was so excited. Like when you first started.
I remember
Illicit.
messaging you.
Remember?
Yeah.
I was so excited, bro. Like my dream in life, right, is to have all my like friends. I've got some smart, like talented friends, innit? So my dream in life is to have all my different friends like just doing amazing stuff and just helping each other out and building
definitely.
like a network. So when you started that, I was like, yes, bro. Because this guy, you're probably You're up there, one of the smartest people I know, bro.
Obviously.
Obviously. But nah, for real, you are.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
But you don't use it, bro. You're lazy.
I'm not lazy.
You were lazy
I'm
before you
lazy.
started.
I'm still lazy.
You
now.
are still pretty lazy.
I'm lazy of Illicit at the moment. That's what I am.
But
Job's taking over.
It's coming back, man. Once this pod pops, you know,
I might sell a few t-shirts on
you
this.
Get
Maybe
kick up the bomb.
the 3 views it might get on Spotify or whatever.
Wait, big up the Ride the Wave pod though.
Exactly. Where we go? Where is it going to be on?
Everywhere, bro. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. Nah, I do plan on putting it on YouTube, of course. Hence the footage. Spotify does support video, and not sure about Apple Music, but if we can, we can. So that's the plan right
see
now.
what happens, isn't it?
That is the plan right now. But yeah, I was so excited, man. And so you designed your first T-shirt. You designed the logo.
It was just the logo. Put the T-shirt on the logo.
Yeah.
Logo on the T-shirt even, and then just went from there. Made a couple of T-shirts. Messaged a few friends. See where you can get if I make you a tee for free, are you gonna post it on your Instagram? Help me out. And then a lot of people did, and it just sort of grew naturally from there.
So what you just said then, you probably didn't realise because you don't think about this sort of stuff, but what you done at the start, that was called marketing, bro.
Yeah, bro. I don't do much in the way of marketing, really. Like paying, people pay for marketing for their brands. You see all of them.
Yeah.
When it's just on Instagram, you click on the advert, and it's just the same T-shirt with something printed on it.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I don't source my own T-shirts.
Yours is more,
but the designs are all myself, and I print and embroider them in house, so it's down to me.
But you didn't do that at the start, though. Did
at the start, we were using screen printing services around Bristol, just because we don't have the stuff, not experienced in it. But once you know to just get your head into it, do a bit of research.
So
it's easy to find out what you need to do.
We called you lazy earlier, but you're actually a very proactive person when you have the what's the word?
Get up and go sort of thing.
Yeah, when you've got your head, when you're like a dog with a bone. Yeah. When you want to do something, you're obsessive almost.
It's struggling. You struggle with that as well, though, because obviously you're putting all your energy into that thing. You lose your energy into other things. I do it with biking. So I got back into my biking. I stopped doing so much of the clothes. I get back into the clothes, not so much biking. So it's hard to keep a balance of things sometimes. Like if I've got something on my mind, maybe my work might even get a bit worse because of it, because I'm just thinking about doing the other thing. So
yeah,
there's pros and cons, obviously, because I can put all my energy into something and make it progress really fast. But then at the same time, you lose out on other aspects. So
okay, yeah, there's a couple bits you just mentioned there that I want to touch upon. So we're gonna have to find some sort of logical order to take this through. But let's concentrate on Illicit for now. And then we'll circle back to the biking and everything like that. So yeah, when you first started Illicit, it's funny. So you designed your first T-shirt, right? And then it was about capturing the T-shirt. So we done a couple photo shoots, didn't we?
Oh my god, the photo shoots are so bad. You look back at the old photos and you're like, what the hell were we thinking,
bro? Do you know what's funny? So you used to use me as the model for Illicit, right? Yeah. Primarily. And you used to post my face on the Instagram so much that I had people messaging me, asking me if it was my clothing.
That's because you're promoting it so much.
And I was so excited, and I still am. But at the start, I was so excited that you finally started something with your talents, and I just wanted it to. Do you know what I mean? I pushed it like it was my own.
Yeah,
and literally, people thought it was my clothing brand. I was like, no, it's my boys.
Basically, was at that point. No, I was running every design through you either way. Yeah, so it's just like make sure it's cool, innit?
You were.
I think it's cool, but you never know what the other people are gonna think.
But it doesn't really.
I made some classics back in the day.
Yeah,
some classic tees. I still wear them now. It's
I still rock them now,
end of 2020 I started, so yeah, almost coming up 2.5 years now, and I'm still rocking those T-shirts.
Bro, I went to Forest of Dean on the bikes today, and I was rocking the long sleeve piece, bro. That was one of the first pieces I ever got.
Instant classic.
Yeah,
banged it.
Timeless.
It's crazy because it's just that first thing I drew.
Yeah,
when I got the name, it was the first thing I did, and it just came out so nice, and I put on everything from there.
That's the other thing. You've got a really good eye. This is the guy. If I need to like understand whether something's like a good quality or looks good in terms of like designs and artistic fashion,
attention to detail,
and even your attention to detail, spot on. Even like setting up the cameras. Like you're the person.
I've not done this before, and I
You've
felt like
not.
a professional when I was
But
doing
you've got a really good eye for like you're really pedantic, which is a good skill to have when it comes to stuff like that.
Again, it's one of them that it gets on your nerves.
Yeah.
From my point of view, it gets on my nerves because I can't let something go. But
Like a dog with a bone.
yeah, but if you look at it from a broader perspective, yeah, it allows you to bring a bit of finesse to your work or whatever you're doing. So
you always do things to a really high quality.
I remember at uni with like Ben and then doing the reports.
Yeah.
I can't write. Like, there's not me. I can never write. But as soon as someone's giving me the report, I can make it look nice.
Yeah.
Make sure all the punctuation's correct and check through it perfectly. Just the sort of imaginative side, like writing, doesn't work for me. So
Everyone's got their different strengths and weaknesses though. So like with the designs for Illicit, obviously you said you one banged the logo, but you've done various other designs since, and if we suss out the editing, we'll flash a couple bits on.
Put a couple up. We got plenty of shots of you in t-shirts.
Oh,
Anyway.
we
we
got
have
a
a
couple
little
shots on
model
there.
pre-roll on
You
there.
can show my different trims as well.
Yeah, from a bald head to dreads and then back to like
Back, bro. I've had all sorts. But so yeah, where did you get the inspiration for some? Because you designed everything on Illicit has really been designed by this guy, by Piers.
Yeah.
So where did you get inspiration or ideas? And
I guess
stuff
most
like
of
that?
it comes from the stuff that my mates are wearing and like what's popular at the time. The inspiration comes from that, like font types and stuff like that. But in terms of design, it's just been stuff I've seen on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, stuff like that. Just stuff I thought was cool, and then I put my own spin on it, turn it into a t-shirt. A lot of them I just work with basic sort of elements, so I find a font that I like, and to me this font looks a bit sort of graffiti-ish, so then I put the graffiti paint strokes on the back, and that's where I get the idea from.
Yeah.
So it usually stems from the font that I find, and then I like to incorporate elements like fire and stuff like that. Just like the basic stuff is really easy to implement. Everyone knows what it is. It's easily recognisable.
Mhm.
As soon as it's on a t-shirt, you can be like, oh, that's that tee.
Yeah.
And then from there, it just sort of develops a bit down. You sort of start with your...
Because it's
brain
quite
trust.
it's quite minimalist.
Yeah, I usually use black and whites and maybe one colour.
Yeah.
But not much more than
And
that.
the back prints, that's the back. I love a nice t-shirt with like a small front print and a big back print. That's like...
What I'm known for.
Yeah,
So
that's your thing.
Sort of clothes I've always worn.
Yeah.
Like I never really got into trousers or anything.
So did you take inspiration from like any specific brands?
I've always liked skate brands, so that's sort of where I put myself, like a street skate brand.
Okay.
I think a lot of
Like
people
a
look at
urban-
it differently
urban
because
skate
I
brand.
obviously meet a lot of people through biking for it.
Yeah.
We'll touch on that later though. But yeah, sort of street skatewear, sort of hybrid. So it's like the more fashionable side of skatewear, but the more style-wise like of streetwear. So yeah, that's where I get my like Huff, Stussy,
Okay.
all the old ones back in the day was like Enjoy, Diamond Supply Co and stuff like that. I always used to love their stuff.
Yeah.
So if I click on my fingers on the podcast.
That's cool, bro.
Yeah, any other brands really? Nah, like
Trapstar?
Trapstar sort of has an impact on it.
Yeah.
I don't like their clothes anymore because of the culture that comes with it.
Yeah,
But
I hear it. But Trapstar brought that kind because it's got that street element to it as well. Which
exactly, yeah. It's
so
like
it brought that
the
kind
comfort,
of urban.
yeah, the comfort with fashion, because obviously fashion back in yesterday was like suits, everything like that. Everything
Yeah.
had to be top
Bit
brand,
serious,
Gucci,
innit?
everything. I still feel like that's today, but nowadays you can get away with rocking H&M, whatever,
Yeah.
and still look good and
Yeah,
having more comfortable clothes on. People are more comfortable wearing it. It keeps your aura a bit better. So
yeah.
I feel like it's the perfect hybrid, really.
And you always go for the one thing I like, which is kind of my style as well, is the oversized look.
Yeah,
I rate that look a lot. Like,
that's what everyone's wearing nowadays. Oversized. It's just
yeah, when
it's
you're
just the way
rocking
it
a bit of a
always has
tight t-shirt, it looks a bit.
been. You look back at any era, even like 90s hip hop stuff. They're all in baggy clothes.
Yeah,
skaters,
trust.
mountain bike, all the stuff that I'm interested in. Everyone wears baggy clothes. So
Yeah,
where I look at it from, it's just Illicit is for me.
yeah,
It's what I want to wear. If other people want to wear it, cool. I don't make much money from it. It's not my job. It's a hobby, really. But if I can make a bit of change on the side, it's not too bad. So it's
I
something
heard
I want
that.
to wear. I get a free wardrobe out of it.
Yeah.
My
So
mates
do
get
I,
to
bro.
rock.
As a top illicit model, I get a free wardrobe.
My boys are always saying, "Oh, when I need some more t-shirts," I was like, "I haven't got time to make any designs." He's like, "My whole wardrobe's illicit." It was Willie the other day. He's like, "My whole wardrobe's illicit. You need to send me them t-shirts. I got too
But
many
that's
holes."
that is proper cool though, bro. Like you've literally, like you don't wear. You literally, it's all you wear. It's all pretty much I wear. Most
Yeah,
of
and
the
if not,
time.
if it's not an illicit tee, it's just one of the blanks.
Yeah. But that is cool that you design the clothes that you genuinely actually wear. Like it's not just something you make because you wanna be a clothing brand owner or you wanna make a bit of money or whatever. You make it because you genuinely.
It was never a get rich quick scheme for me.
It was always something you had a passion for, wasn't it?
Exactly. I've always liked my clothes. I always spent a lot of money on them.
Yeah.
But then I probably came to it and realised how much money I was spending on clothes. When you're spending
When I first met you, bro,
40 quid on a t-shirt,
you used to be branded up, bro.
it was just like, whoa. And I like what you have. Well, me, I have like 30, 40 t-shirts at a time. So I'm like, that's a lot of money just sat there in clothes when in reality they don't actually cost anything.
Yeah.
Like they're like what?
As you know, as a clothing brand owner, you know that now.
Precisely, yeah. You gain that knowledge as well from it, I guess. I learned a lot in the process of it. I came into it with no knowledge of it at all. I just figured out how to do it myself. I guess that comes from the sort of engineering side though. I was having a chat about this with some guys at work, and it's like, that's the way we work as people. If you're an engineer, you sort of have this mindset that you want to understand how things work. So that's how you delve deeper into things and have a deeper understanding of them.
Okay.
Don't necessarily need the brains, you just want to learn. So
you're always asking why.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no reason, no one could tell me something, I would be like, okay. I'd have to question them.
Yeah.
And people get annoyed at me for it.
Like people get
I'm just
annoyed,
like, yeah,
bro.
but why are you doing that? And if they don't know, then why are you doing it?
So, just to get into a bit of psychology then, have you just been like that since you were a kid?
Always, yeah. I've always
You
just been,
just
I just want to know why, like...
Just a bit of an inquisitive kid?
Yeah. Just need to understand it.
What were your favourite subjects in school?
Maths.
Okay.
Maths was it.
Just maths?
I like IT.
Yeah.
Physics was alright. I started to get a bit confused most of the time when I started talking about all the space and stuff.
Yeah.
It's funny, innit?
And you went on to do an
aerospace
degree.
Yeah, but when we did the modules on like spacecraft, it's just beyond me.
Yeah.
I'm never going to go to space.
I
don't have any plans on going to space. I don't really want to go to space. Seems a bit risky, especially after the recent news of that Elon Musk launch.
See that.
We caught as work. We turned the live stream on. It was just spiraling out of control. Like, because meant to be doing that.
Did anyone die?
No, it was unmanned.
Yeah, good idea.
Obviously.
Nah, but if you look at space launches in history, like
most of them.
Yeah, most of them are manned. So yeah, we are taking a bit of a turn in technology.
Would have been pretty wild if you managed to land it.
Huh?
Did you see what it was meant to do? It was meant to land back on the on the thing. That would have been crazy. They were all screaming when it exploded. They were going, yeah.
They were happy.
Yeah. It's still like a massive feat to get that thing. It's flying, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Yeah.
People are happy even if it exploded. It's pretty great. Yeah, imagine if it was manned and everyone was going, woo!
Yeah, people just bits of like yeah, that's our dark sense there. But yeah, so you've just always kind of been like that as a kid then?
Exactly, yeah.
I hear that.
Just inquisitive, I guess. Just want to know why. My brother was always telling me to get out of his room. Like whenever he was playing video games on the computer or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll be like, why are you doing that? Like, oh, get out, you're annoying me. So it's been from birth as far as I can remember. Just wanted to know stuff. Always helping my dad out with like his bike and stuff, my gramps with his cars.
Yeah.
So just learning, I guess it's sort of born into me, I guess.
And you've never I feel like a lot of people when it comes to like trying something new, it's quite daunting, quite scary.
No.
But you don't.
I'll jump
you don't
straight in the deep end.
Yeah, you don't seem phased by it at all. Like
I don't mind trying. Like, well, the only thing I struggle with is food. There, trying new things. My one crux.
This guy, you've come a long way though.
I've come a long way.
This guy, when I first met him, he didn't used to like eat sauce, ketchup,
I still don't eat
mayonnaise, any sort. He would not touch sauce.
That hasn't changed.
That hasn't changed. But the food you also used to eat was like the blandest,
just chicken
like
nuggets
dry
and chips.
Chicken nuggets, chips, dry. No sauce.
Well, okay, like no right, chill
No
out.
sauce, no flavour,
yeah.
no nothing, bro.
Keep them coming. Keep them rolling, Joel.
You eat rice now.
Huh?
I've seen you eat rice now.
I still don't really like rice too much. Pasta's cool.
Pasta?
Yeah, I
Oh,
never used to eat
so
pasta.
you didn't used to eat pasta?
That's a weird one. That's the weird one to people because everyone eats pasta.
Isn't it?
So plain, but no, I never liked it. I never liked the feeling of it.
Do you
in
like
my mouth.
pizza? You do like pizza,
Yeah, I've
don't
always
you?
liked. We had pizza. Wait, did I have pizza?
But did you used to like pizza?
Yeah, I've always liked pizza. Everyone likes pizza.
Everyone likes pasta.
No, not really. But
Most
everyone likes chicken nuggets apart from vegetarians. Shout out all the vegetarians.
Shout out the vegetarians.
Yeah, man.
I think when we were talking about Illicit, I think we missed one of your top products, bro.
The socks.
The socks.
The socks.
Bro.
But the socks
They are.
this socks.
They are my favourite socks.
The amount of people that say this to me.
I don't know where you sourced
Do you know
them.
I get a weekly update from people saying, when are you bringing new socks out? I'm like, bro, they're hard to get a hold of. I don't have the money to buy 300 pairs of socks every week. Like, I've got postmen coming at me. Do you know how much postmen walk? Like, what, 10,000 steps a day minimum? It's not even a goal for them.
And
That's
they
like,
rate the socks, bro. That's how you know.
Yeah, Paul the postman.
Shout out Gailey.
Yeah.
Big ups, man.
Yeah, Paul. He's bought a fair amount of
Bro,
socks.
they
in
are
his
my
time.
favourite. I don't know where you... Bro, the fit, the
Trade
quality.
secrets.
Don't we drop it. Honestly, they are... When I open my sock drawer, and they're normally the first socks I pull for. But when I've went, because I've only got like 7 or 8 pairs or something like that. When there's none left in the drawer, I genuinely don't know what other socks to wear.
I do the same thing.
I'm genuinely a bit like,
I'm terrible at washing. I never do my washing. Sometimes I'll just make another t-shirt, the same one. I'm not washing it.
To be fair, you've bust me a couple times, like on the day of like an event or we're going somewhere, and I'm like, "Yo, Piers, make me a t-shirt, bro, please."
10 minutes later,
I think this is how this one got
that is
created.
exactly.
Yeah. This has got the
I
custom.
never made that t-shirt.
Yeah,
again.
no
That
one.
was
This is a
I love
one
that
of
t-shirt.
one.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't make that t-shirt.
Nah,
into a
this
proper one.
t-shirt's sick. This
And
is
it's
one of
lasted well as well.
Yeah.
You got that t-shirt.
That's the other thing. You always choose like really good quality. Like none of the stuff, even from we're mid 20, like coming up to mid 2023 now. You started Illicit at the start of 2020,
End of 2020.
end of 2020, bro. The stuff from the end of 2020 still holds its quality to this day. And I'm not just saying that because I'm pretty honest with you. If it was
I wouldn't
whack,
want you to lie to me.
if
about
it was whack,
because
bro,
then I'm rocking it as well. Like,
yeah.
you're basically
and
saying
I
my style.
wouldn't step out in something I didn't want to be seen in.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
you can show you're supporting. If you don't want to wear it, if you don't like it, that's cool. You
Yeah.
can show you're supporting different ways. But like, if you're gonna fake it, what's the point? You're
Exactly.
just putting yourself down and probably someone else in the future.
Exactly. Honesty, very important. Very important. Right. So let's get into the biking then. shall we?
Biking.
Yeah.
Do you want to know?
Very big part of your life.
Yeah, downhill mountain biking, more on the sort of free ride aspect of things.
Okay.
Don't really mess around with the racing and stuff too much. Not too
Nah.
serious.
Yeah, it's quite serious, isn't it? A bit of a casual rider.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
when did you start riding?
we
start
started riding? Well, I used to ride mountain bikes when I was like 8 with my
Yeah.
brother, but I feel like maybe that started off a little bit.
You're a bit of a scooter boy, though.
Yeah, I was a
originally,
skate park kid. You can tell that's where the clothes come from as well. So that's like
You could tell in everything you do, your kind of childhood traits. They come out.
Yeah, I feel like
a
that's
bit.
with everyone.
It
Childhood
is.
traits they're just adult traits that have to be dulled down a little bit.
That's why I wanted to. That's why I wanted to delve into like your childhood a little
Yeah,
bit to try and understand like where the things come from. You know.
When I come from the roots of it, so the mountain biking, basically the roots of it come from my little push scooter, little JD Bug back in the day. Just
Yeah.
even on just the pavement outside the front door. My mum bought me a scooter, just playing like that, and then Midsummer Night Skate Park opened. I think it was one of the largest outdoor like concrete skate parks in the UK.
Yeah.
And it was literally next to our school. So I remember the first day there was floods and floods of kids. Like you couldn't move around in the skate park.
Yeah.
It was that big. It was like a Glastonbury crowd or something like that. And then that obviously all died off pretty quick when all the mums realised that kids are just gonna get hurt down there. So like I was one of the kids that stayed at the skate park. We were there after school every day, doing our little tail whips, bar spins. I wasn't very good. I was alright. I got sponsored at one point by a local shop, but it was only a local thing. It was just like,
right.
and I used to take photos and stuff down there, so I ended up known as like the photographer down there.
So that's where you're like photography, because you do a bit of photography as
Yeah,
well, and that obviously helped with Illicit because you took all the pictures on Illicit yourself.
Yeah. apart from the ones that are taken of me. But usually that was me just giving someone the camera
Yeah,
and press
telling them-
shoot,
yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Just need the positioning. But yeah, cameras are a big thing.
Yeah.
I've always liked documenting stuff and having memories of stuff. I think that's the nicest thing to have. Like, I look through my Instagram probably 3 times a week just to remember.
love
Like,
that, bro.
I make little, you know, like crappy videos on there,
Yeah.
and it's just like of the day we had, but it brings you back into that day, and you can get
Yeah.
the feelings again. And it's
The
it's
nostalgia.
Just sick. Yeah, I love videos more
We
than
went-
photos, really.
We
but-
went through a little phase of like making like mountain bike montages
Yeah,
and
they were
stuff.
like
innit?
vlogs, pretty much.
Yeah,
Little mini
yeah,
vlogs.
yeah.
It'd just be a couple of clips of mountain bikes, and then me go whoop 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 in the camera or something. Yeah, we
Two
did a
little goons, bro.
I'd love to still make them videos, but we
I
don't
know.
go out as much anymore.
I know, it's a bit of a shame, innit?
Everyone fell off a bit, but it's coming back. Hopefully this year,
Yeah.
this summer should pop off. I think everyone seems to be back on it a little bit.
Yeah.
And last summer as well, everyone was broken.
Yeah, I mean, mountain biking's a pretty gnarly sport. Like, my mum hates the fact that I do it,
Yeah,
man.
me too. My mum screams at me every time me and Emil go.
Yeah, Piers is known to majority of people as my friend who's broken his the same collarbone 3 times. Like, he's pulling it out. He's pulling it out.
Gnarly one.
Yeah, take us through. Yeah, talk to us about them crashes.
The crashes. So
What was
we
the
never even got to the mountain bike. So I started scootering, and then maybe a bit of
Yeah.
BMX later, really. And then we started mountain biking. What 2018? It must have been.
Must have been,
Because I was still living in Bailey Place. So it was
Yeah.
before I bought my first house in the end of 2018.
Yeah.
And then
You just dropped something casual in there.
we'll come back to that one because we got some news on that one later anyway.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, 2018, I reckon it was like summer 2018. We went to Ashton Court with Aaron. Do you remember?
Yeah,
I think you were on that giant with us.
I was on a giant cross country, bro.
Yeah.
The most rattly bike
The
you could
most
ever.
unstable bike you could
Bro,
have used in those
I was
conditions.
loose on that thing.
That
Man.
night.
What were you on then? You were on your trek.
Yeah, it must have been on the hardtail.
Yeah, that was
and
the
then
first.
I think like maybe even a couple of weeks later, you were like, I need a new bike.
Yeah,
you got the
big
cycle
time,
scheme
bro.
sorted out and got
Yeah,
the Caliber
the
boss
Caliber
nut.
boss nut, bro.
What
That
a
thing
rig.
got abused.
Yeah, and he still sold it for about 100 quid less than he bought it for.
Bro, 120 mil front and rear travel.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, I
was
sold
a
that thing
rig.
for £600, bro.
You got the
That was
cycle
a
scheme. So I
raise.
think you got it
I
for
got it for
$750.
Yeah,
With the
yeah. I
tax
mean, with
free,
the
innit?
tax, yeah. I got it for like, that was a raise, and that thing got
Yeah,
abused,
you had more than
bro.
£100 worth of that. How long did you have that thing? Like
2 years.
yeah, it must
it
have been 2 years.
I done
And then it died, basically, didn't it?
Yeah.
But then you had
the real
my
shock,
you
man.
had my spare bike
yeah, I was
for so
riding your-
long, and then
I
you
was
were like,
riding your
I may as
status.
well buy my own one of these.
Yeah, and then I
bought
bought-
exactly the same bike.
I was riding your status for a little while, wasn't I? And then I went and bought my own status, didn't I?
Everyone there say, "Oh, you get your
My
bike
baby.
resprayed," because everyone thought my bike was your bike at that point. I was like, "That's my
Yeah.
my bike, man."
Yeah, big ups Piers for lending me his bike, man.
Got to
Continuing
get the
up
boys up.
Yeah, continuing up the passion.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, talk to us about your crashes, man.
The
So
crashes.
let me break down Piers's.
Were you there for the first one?
I don't
Nah,
think
you
I
weren't, no,
was,
you weren't.
but let me break down the evolution of Piers on bikes, right? So biking's probably about. Am I allowed to say balls on the pod?
Say it, man.
Oh, I've said it now.
I'm not gonna make no money off this
Biking-
one either way.
I was talking to someone. I went to FOD today. I was talking to some kiddie at FOD today about biking, and I said it's probably about 50% balls, 50% skill, right?
That's not what I thought you were meaning then.
Hey, get your head up.
Yeah, alright, sorry, man.
But yeah, this guy when he first started riding, he probably had about 90% balls, not even 10% skill.
Yeah,
bro.
no, I had 10%.
You were 100% balls to the wall, bro.
No, man, I was a
You were
little
a
scooter
loose-
kid. I had 10% minimum.
You were a
baseline
loose boy.
stats.
You were a loose boy.
Yeah,
you used
but I
to send
should-
jumps way too big that you couldn't really do.
Yeah, back in the day on the trek, maybe. We went down. No, that's when I bought my canyon with my brother. When I started doing doubles and stuff. Like, I never really
I
got
think
too
you were
serious
looser
at
on the
start.
trek though than the canyon, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely.
You were like,
Because I just didn't have the technique down.
but you still had the confidence.
I was doing. Do you
somehow.
remember at FOD when we were doing that one-handed on the skis park? What were we
Bro,
doing?
what were we on? We were actually like two little crackheads back then. We just used to be up for anything.
Say
like-
crackheads.
yeah,
You say crackheads on the pod, is that alright?
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
We're learning. We'll
No
learn
money
this
off this one. That is.
Nah, it's for some
You're gonna get
like,
adverts
innit?
on this anyway, can you?
Nah,
Don't
I
matter.
don't have enough followers. Don't have enough subscribers for adverts, bro. Don't even think anyone's gonna watch it apart from my mum, your mum.
That's right. My mum.
Hi, mum.
Love you.
I love you, mum. But yeah, back to the bikes. Yeah, we used to be. I mean, I'm talking like I used to be pretty loose too. We both used to
You're
be.
still loose now.
No, I'm a bit more anti-crashing now. I'm so lucky though, bro. Like the amount of crashes I've had
I'll
versus the
never
amount
forget.
of injuries I've had.
The one at Windhill, that crash was gnarly when you.
What, when I
pumped the
broke my
tree,
wrist?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we
that
had
was-
to sit in hospital for like 6 hours and wait for you to get your wrist looked at.
Yeah, that was pretty rough, man. I was so basically at Windhill, Arcady on the table. I was practicing my
This was
T-box.
years ago, mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was a couple weeks. What bike was I on?
You on the Boston, I think.
I was on the bus,
Must
like,
have
yeah,
been.
practicing my T-bogs on a tiny little table, and yeah, didn't manage to get my hand back on the handlebar. Didn't see the incoming tree. That tree's been chopped down now,
it's
you know.
gone.
I was gonna
Wrapped
swear
his
that
whole arm around the tree.
blood
I
clot tree, bro. But yeah, literally wrapped my whole arm around the tree. If you wanna go see the injury, it's on my Instagram. It's
I think it comes up with a graphic warning if
it
you're gonna
does,
click
yeah.
it.
You got it's a sensitive photo, so you gotta like uncover the blur, and you can see it. It's JBZY@MTB on the Instagram if you wanna go see it. But yeah, that was a pretty rough crash. But I'd still rather have done that than the collarbone.
Yeah, that's true. The first one was at Woody's Bike Park, Cornwall.
See, this is why I say that you had balls bigger than your skill.
That was when it was 100%. That jump, my balls were like that.
Bit of peer pressure in there. You
No, it
reckon?
wasn't even. My brother told me not to do it. It was.
By the
what was
way,
it?
let's-
It was last uplift of the day.
Yeah.
What happened? So
It's
we were-
always that,
we
bro.
were rushing down to the bottom to get the last one up, so we didn't have to walk up the hill. So we're rushing down. I'm like, oh, I really want to hit like this big jump that's there. It
What
was
was it,
called a
40
45 footer, but I think
Yeah.
it was more like 35 at the time.
Still a
It's
pretty.
been built up now though recently, and it
Yeah.
looks huge. But
We're off to Woody's, aren't we? Soon?
yeah, May 20th.
Oi, oi.
Come along. May 20th.
Link up.
Medj and Piers' birthday bash. If you're watching, you probably know us.
Yes, sir. Ride the Wave pod, link up, let's go.
Let's go, gang. Yeah, so I was like, oh, I really want to do it. My brother was like, nah, you shouldn't do it, not on the last run. I was like, oh, I'm going to do it anyway, I'll meet you down there. So he goes, shows me how to do it,
Yeah.
does it fine. Emil's been riding bikes for years.
Emil, big ups Emil, man.
What did he tell? Emil told me go as fast as you can. So
Makes
what did I
sense.
do?
It's a big
I've
jump.
got a lot bigger legs than Emil is what I think happened. So I've started pushing. I've pushed as hard as I could and I've gone way too far. I'm just leaned over and bang, front wheel into the ground, front wheel cracks, not even the forks. And then I just went bang, straight to my shoulder, got up and I was like, oh, my bike's gone like an extra 30 foot in front of me.
Oh, bro, I remember
the video.
the
It's on my Instagram.
video,
Um,
yeah. We might need to, if we can pull it up somehow.
Plug the
Yeah,
Instagram
yeah.
down in the link or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, we'll pop it all up.
Yeah, and then just hit the ground, and Bill was like, "Oh!" and I'm just like there on the floor, and then we missed the uplift on the way back up, so he's buggered off to the top, and we're just sat down there. I got a broken collarbone, my front wheel's not moving, it won't roll, so my brother's got to wheel my bike up, and I got to push his with a broken collarbone all the way up this massive hill in the beaming sunshine.
That's grim,
And then
man.
drive all the way back to Bristol with a broken collarbone in the Mills E92 that sat on the bump stops.
Oh, man.
The
Oh.
whole way home. I didn't
That's
want to get in a
rough.
Cornish hospital.
What happened the second time?
Black Mountains, Dano's birthday.
I wasn't there then.
Yes,
either.
you were. We
Was
were
I?
in the van. You were definitely there.
Was it when you fell down that bank?
Yeah.
Oh, that you broke your collarbone off that?
Do you not remember?
You've
when
got
I was sat
some
in the
weak
back of the
ass
van.
collarbone, bro.
Yeah, that one's not the best. Not the best anymore. Yeah, I
So,
got
yeah.
fixed that first. That's where I got the scar from the first one.
Right, yeah. So you got a metal plate in there.
Yeah, I
didn't
got
you?
a 6-inch metal plate across my collar, and then broke it again at Black Mountains, but that wasn't as serious.
So you like
Got
got
like,
tell
it
us.
was, so I got the plate along it like this, and it snapped in the middle of the plate. Sorry, at the end of the plate, but hasn't separated and moved the bones, sort of like that. It's still in line, and there's just a crack all the way through. So like I was fully able with my shoulder; it was absolutely fine. And then third time was in April 2020,
I remember that so vividly, bro.
and I think I'd just
So
come
that
off
was
COVID.
Windhill.
I'd just come off COVID. It was
Yeah.
like I had COVID like a week ago. I've just tested positive. Me and you went out biking just to have a little
little
get some fresh
chiller,
air
didn't
and just
we?
chill.
Yeah.
So we were down there, and I was saying like, "Oh, I'm getting like a bit of tunnel vision and all this." Do you remember me saying it?
Yeah,
I was
we were
riding
tired.
really badly.
We
I
were
was
tired,
really
weren't
tired.
we? Yeah, it was the end of the day. It's always.
I don't even think it was the end of the day. I think
we
it was
were
like
we
2
were planning
p.m.
on going home.
Yeah, we were like and then we just
because
got.
I was a bit ill as well. Remember?
Yeah,
Like-
we were just both a bit sick
Yeah,
for some
yeah.
reason.
So we just like were having a bit of a chilled one, weren't we?
So I managed to like get past whatever I was feeling, and we went up as we were walking up. We were like, "Oh, let's have a go on the step up, like the bigger jumps there, the pro line." And we were like, "Oh
So
yeah."
this
go
is
on then.
Windhill Bike Park, by the
Yeah,
way.
in where is it? Longleat. No.
Yeah, Longleat.
Yeah, I think. I was like, we did a couple of them. We filmed a few, and they were fine. It was like going really well.
Bro, I got some sick clips.
And then I
that day.
realised I said to you, "Oh, I'll just get one more. Let's get an Insta banger. I'll do a knack on it."
Famous last words.
I swung the leg off, and I must have touched the brakes or something, and my balance was thrown off and it went straight forward. What was it? Just over the lip. I didn't hit the lip,
bro.
and I was just vertical, and I just hit the ground. I remember hitting the ground.
I was
And I
recording.
think I must have been knocked out, or like
Do you remember?
not
I
conscious,
was,
but like awake.
I was recording on my phone.
Yeah,
I've got it on video.
Yeah, I've got it. It's on that one's on my
Yeah.
Instagram as well. The only one I don't have is a Black Mountains one.
So
And then
instantly.
do you remember what I did? I jumped up and I went, nah, I can't have broken it. Look, I can do this.
This
And
guy's
then I put it down and it goes like a ratchet. And Joe was like,
I was like, sit down, bro. Sit down.
The worst part about it was having to let you drive my van all the way home.
Oh, I didn't enjoy
Going
driving
towards the
that thing,
curbs every single 5 seconds. Like, whoa!
man. Yeah, that was pretty
That
rough.
was so funny.
Even to be fair, so we were
That was
hitting
3 months after I broke it the second time as well.
plonker, bro.
Probably
Absolute
didn't even
plonker.
ride it.
We were hitting the top 2 of the pro line at Windhill,
Yeah.
and I nearly stacked it.
Did you do it that day?
Yeah, bro.
What day
I got
you
it.
do?
I got some bangers.
Yeah,
I got some
the
clips.
one where you come over really far left.
Yeah, bro. It's on my Instagram. Head to the mountain
That
bike
clip's
Insta.
so
bro.
funny.
It is.
Gets me every time.
I
Just like
nearly-
aiming for the cameraman.
I nearly died, bro, and after that I was like, that's me, I'm done for the day. And who comes flying in after me? People must have been watching us, looking at us like, what are these two
what are these two
absolute
idiots
loose, like, fools? Who let these two on the train?
Wearing just a helmet
Just
and no
clanking
pads. Jean shorts, probably. Oh
yeah,
my God.
bro.
Should probably take
Yeah,
the health and safety a bit more seriously.
Yeah, we should.
Getting old.
I
by
mean, I've been
25.
when it comes to mountain biking, touch wood, like all praise to the Most High. I've been very lucky with injuries.
Yeah,
The
that's
worst
true.
I've had is I've had some crashes. I've crashed a couple times.
That one at Belmont was the funniest. The one we both crashed. One
Oh,
yeah. You on my bike?
I
That's
was
where
riding your bike. Yeah,
coming back
you
to
were like.
Romeo.
So I crashed after on Dreamline on the second, and he was
wasn't
dropping
bad,
in
it was just
after
like a
me.
case, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fine. It wasn't too bad. And he was like, "You best not have damaged my bike." I was like, "You're not even gonna ask if I'm okay," or. And then literally this guy drops in straight after me. I was like, you
It's got like
plonker.
I pulled the bars and they got caught on my t-shirt.
Yeah,
And it just went and I just got thrown onto the floor, and then we both just hobbled back up to the car to find some paracetamol.
Again, we must have
and
looked
some
like...
bandages. Do you remember? Had to leave our bikes
I
down
was
there 'cause we-
bleeding, bro. The inside of my thigh was bleeding. Again, we must have looked like two plonkers, bro. Everyone must have been...
If everyone knows us, that was the problem.
Yeah, they do.
I might have made it worse, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's some proper antics.
Do you think so? I always have these thoughts about mountain biking, right? And maybe I'll do a bit of talking about it. But do you think there's anything that mountain biking's helped you with in like everyday life?
Focus.
You think?
Yeah.
To be fair,
Because you have to focus when you're on your way down.
Yeah.
And breathing as well.
Do you
I've
think
learned-
about your breathing?
I
when
really
you-
think about my breathing when I'm going, because it's the only thing that stops your muscles from getting tired that you can actually like physically do.
Really, yeah.
It's the only thing you can do. It brings the oxygen into your muscles and stop the
So do you like take deep breaths and that? when
Yeah,
you...
breathe as deep as you can.
Really? Do you actually
Yeah.
do that?
It keeps you focused.
I need to try.
Same
I
as
need
you
to-
know when snipers go and they hold their breath. don't they?
Yeah, and they do it.
That's
in
how you get your
between,
focus.
Yeah.
But holding your breath's obviously not the right thing to do when you're mountain biking, because you end up breathing through your nose.
Yeah.
And it's not as you need to breathe.
I've
through
never
your mouth.
thought. No one's ever said that. I've never even thought about that. I might
Medge has
need to-
always said it to me. About
Really?
breathing.
Why have you never told me that, Medge?
He says it on his YouTube videos. Do you not watch them?
I do what? Shout out
Yeah.
Medge for the YouTube, man.
Oh.
You're on my list to come on the pod. We've already had a chat.
YouTube
But
chats.
yeah, man.
You need some tips. That's all.
You need to help me out with the editing as well, Medge, because I haven't got a clue. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna try that next
Definitely.
time. I've not. I
It
didn't
just
know about
it allows you to focus on something else rather than like. So obviously you're focused on the trail, but you need to get rid of those other distractions.
that.
So if you put yourself in a personal focus and not like a sight focus, it's like a body level focus, isn't it? I guess.
Right.
I don't really know. I don't know if there's any science to it, but that seems
So
like it
how-
makes sense to me.
How does that help you in like outside of bikes?
Or just focus, just working, being able to focus on something, and like, I guess it's just the same as we came back to earlier, hyperfixation on stuff. I guess that's what helps with that. I can break away with it from mountain biking as well. Gives you a break from like sort of nature, outdoors. It feels good to be out there, and I guess it helps in terms of focus like that. I don't have to hyperfixate on other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It can it's like a vice to forget about everything else.
So I guess you can apply that to like work,
Exactly.
designs.
Mm.
When you
Mountain biking as well. If you call this work, yeah, I get a lot of inspiration from it.
Yeah.
Like all the scenery, you see what people wear mountain biking, and that's the sort of style I base it around as well, because it's the same thing. Skate. There's obviously the guys that wear the jerseys and stuff.
Yeah, we're not really jersey
No,
guys.
more of a t-shirt guy.
Yeah.
Cool jersey maybe.
Free ride, baby.
Depends on performance you want to get. If you're in a race day, I want a jersey on, but
I always go trousers and a nice tee or
Yeah.
like a long sleeve or
easy.
something.
Got to be looking good on the trails.
Yeah.
It's all for Instagram anyway. Style over everything.
You already
That's what
know,
I say.
bro. I just can't wait till we get to a level where we have a cameraman.
Yeah, imagine. The problem is he only films himself. Shout out Medj, but
Shout out Medj, bro.
film us some more. Film more me. I need more me content.
Follow cams, bro.
Yeah, follow cam's what we need. Medj always at the front.
Yeah,
He's the fastest.
he's the loosest.
Apart
bro.
from baby Willie. Like, Willie's just gone.
Willie's a shredder, bro. Willie's a shredder.
Guy
But,
lives for bikes.
The things I think that apply to that I've learned from mountain biking that I apply like to everyday life are the fact that, you know, like when you're a bit scared to, well, you might not know because you're just a loose guy, but when you're a bit scared to like hit that first jump,
The
or
mindset.
jump for it, yeah, your mindset, like, even though it's scary, if you know, obviously, and I'm not saying to like mountain bikers who have been riding for a week or something, go hit the biggest double you can find, but if you think you've got the skill set for it and the only thing holding you back is the fear, you should try it
Nothing really
anyway,
holding
bro.
you back.
Yeah, it's your own head holding you back.
Nothing physically. Your technique's there. You can jump.
Yeah.
You go over anything the same way.
Yeah.
You go over what happened, reaching 110 foot.
Anyone
Could probably do it.
Wild,
It's
bro.
wild.
Anyone
physically,
man,
maybe not. It's probably a bit of an extreme.
Yeah.
But
I
I
get what you're
same
saying.
technique.
Yeah.
So
When you're in the air, you're in the air. It doesn't matter how big the well, I mean,
the only
it
effects
counts,
you've only got your personal effect. There's no personal effects you can do once you're
Yeah.
out there. As long as you've taken off right, you'll probably
So-
land alright.
Yeah.
Assuming the jump's built okay.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
So how I apply that to life is like, so if I want to do something and I know like I've got, like, for example, this podcast, man, how long have we been talking about starting a podcast
7
for?
years.
Years,
Just
bro.
As long as we've known each
We've
other.
all
I
got
reckon.
the skill sets to do it. We can talk reasonably well. You know, bit of equipment and whatnot. That's all you need really to be able to talk.
I think most of the people I know are quite extroverted people as well.
Yeah.
We all tend to be the biggest person in the room at the same time.
Yeah. We merge quite well.
Amongst ourselves even. Maybe
Yeah.
not wider audience, but like
Yeah.
everyone has their
Well,
say in our
you
group.
say among, maybe not among wider audience, but the only reason you say that is because you don't know, because we've never put ourselves out there.
That's very true.
But
I've never been told off for being loud somewhere, do you know what I mean? Maybe we have actually. Got kicked out of McDonald's that time.
But circling back, so now how I apply it is, if there's something I want to do, but the only thing holding me back is fear, or I'm worried about what other people are gonna think, or something like that. Legit, bro. People think I'm joking. Like, I say this to my girlfriend all the time, but people think I'm joking when I say stuff like this. But legit, mountain biking has told me to just send it. Just do it
Just
anyway.
send it.
Just send it, bro.
So
Just
like-
do
like
it
the-
anyway.
Like the fanny pack.
Oh, funny fact senders.
No, the one moment says just send it.
Yeah, oh, that is a, see this guy, customization king.
That
bro.
was before even the clothing brand.
That
I
was
made. They did
before
a little bit of
Illicit.
hand embroidery.
So basically, he had a fanny pack,
Nike one.
a Nike one you stitched it yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, my hand.
Yeah, that said just send it. Instead it was a play on words from just do it.
It was I crossed out the do.
Oh,
and then
right.
wrote send above it.
Yeah.
But I did that all by hand stitching it. I think that must
You're
have.
quite
I must
a
have had
talented guy, bro. To be fair.
I know.
Humble and talented.
Three words.
But yeah, circling back to so now, like for this pod, I literally sat there and I was like, why haven't we done it? And I was like, what? Because we're scared to put a bit of content out in case people laugh at us. But like, why? And you're, and I've learned this a bit from you as well, because you just generally don't really care what other people think.
Like you see how I turn up to work.
But it's
this is the same outfit I turn up to work in. For
this
my
guy
office
will go to work in this fit.
I got the hat
bearing
on
in
everything
mind,
at work.
Bearing in mind, most people at work are wearing like shirts, trousers,
Ties
shoes,
even,
ties.
yeah.
Some people, yeah, this guy's wearing this fit. So generally, you don't really care what other people think. But if that's a fear factor for some people, and that's holding you back, just do it anyway. If you're scared of the jump, but you know you've got the skill set to do it, send it, bro.
Yeah, well,
because
even, like,
there's no better feeling as well than hitting a jump that you were scared of.
That's true.
When you
but
land
that's the same thing with everything.
It is.
It's not just mountain biking.
It's not.
It's like if you're scared of doing anything, if you do it and it turns out well,
Bro,
it's the best feeling in the world.
moon, man.
But overconfidence is definitely also a thing.
It's a fine line, isn't it? It is a fine line. That's why you need to like take a step back, analyze the situation, assess yourself, and if you can do it and it's just the fear, that's why I said, like, I'm not saying to brand new mountain bikers go find the biggest jump you can do. No, dial your skill set, get the hours in, get the reps in, whatever. And not just mountain biking,
gym as well, isn't it?
in the it's literally treat it like the gym. You're not just gonna go for the heaviest dumbbells in the gym.
Yeah, that's true.
Even
That's a
though
good
like
analogy for
it is, isn't it? You gotta get the reps in, build the strength, but the only way to grow is to take yourself out of that out of your comfort zone.
You gotta push that little bit occasionally.
Exactly.
If you could just do the same thing, eventually your muscles just gonna get used to that. It's not gonna grow anymore.
Exactly.
It'll just get to that point of being optimum there.
Exactly.
And then you're
Same
done.
with bikes. If you're just hitting the same jumps over and over again, you're not gonna improve.
Yeah, if you
same
never
with
push
life.
past the mindset.
If you're just doing the same thing over and over again, nothing's gonna change. You need to do the thing that makes you be comfortable, get comfortable with feeling uncomfortable, because that's where the growth happens.
Exactly.
And I learned that from mountain bikes.
Deep real quick.
Believe it or not. I'm excited for this pod, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm
It's
excited.
been fun. We were saying just a minute ago. It's
Yeah.
a bit less. What was the word I used?
Intimidating.
Yeah, it's a bit less intimidating than I thought it would be.
It's just a chat between two friends, bro.
Just a
at the
setups
end
a
of the
bit.
day.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. We got you guys you guys definitely can't see, but there's a big ass light.
Yeah,
like,
just
beaming
straight in your face.
Feels like a bit of a studio.
Stirring up
now,
all the
doesn't it?
oils and stuff in your face, looking lovely. I hope I look good.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, bro. Good
Thank
looking
you, bro.
boy.
Yeah, man, you too.
So let's get back into it then. So
Cut that bit out.
So have you got in the life of Piers Kamette, what would you say your biggest achievement to date is?
Can I give a couple?
Yeah, tell us everything, bro. I want to know the tea. Shout out T.
I think my first probably major achievement, passing my driving test.
Okay.
I passed first time. I love
I hear
driving. Like, it's a big thing in my life. If I didn't have the
Yeah.
license, I wouldn't do it nearly as much as what I do now. So I would look to that. Then probably my degree after that, I guess. Finishing that, getting that done with you as well. Like we all came through it together. And then what beyond that? Buying my first house.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
That's quite a big achievement, man. A lot of people work quite hard for that.
Yeah, definitely at such a young age as well. Well,
How old were you?
20.
That's quite young to buy your first property.
Yeah.
What was it? It was a
2-bed end terrace.
Okay.
Just sold.
Yeah.
Just put a offer down on a house that's been accepted as well. So
Okay. Look at you making moves.
Man. Getting another one soon. Not another one, but you know.
Yeah.
Moving out.
Okay.
Moving on up.
Looking
in the
forward
world.
to it.
Yeah, man. It's good.
And so how's life going now, bro?
Easy.
Nowadays.
Yeah, life's pretty good. Everything was a bit down recently.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but I had one car broken down. Then I got it fixed. I need to sell it. Bought another car. That one wasn't working too well, so I wasn't driving it. van had no MOT. It was just a bit of a
Yeah.
night. I was getting the train everywhere at one point.
Yeah.
It was like a month ago I was getting the train, and now I've got the van fixed, I've got the car fixed, I sold the car,
Yeah.
got my other car fixed, I put the offer down on the house.
Life's looking good right now, isn't
Everything's good, man. I put a cycle scheme down on a new bike,
it? Yeah.
and that should be coming soon. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
they're gonna be some hellish clips on Instagram
Yeah.
for the gang to see.
Get to the Instagram, man. So you could say that life comes in waves.
Yeah, you should ride them.
You could either ride them or
Yeah.
drown.
Put it in.
Yeah, that's sick, man. So have you got any future? What can people like expect from Illicit? Like
To be
in the
fair, I'm
future?
still taking it pretty slow,
Mm.
just because I'm not in a real.
Why are you
place.
taking it slow?
I just don't really have the time for it at the moment. Like everything else I do, I fell out of love with it a little bit, but I think I'm getting back into it now. I don't really have my own space at the moment.
Yeah, that's
I'm
a big
living
thing.
with my friend, so I'm confined to one room. And as you guys know, if you've listened to the podcast, I do a lot of stuff. I got 2 vehicles, I got 4 bikes. Like my stuff takes up space. Like I don't
And
have too much. I have excessive amounts of stuff,
Yeah,
but in the confines that I've got, it's just too much. So
and on top of that, you produce all the Illicit clothing in house.
exactly,
like
yeah. I don't
yourself.
outsource anything. Try and keep the cost down, and then that tries to keep the cost down for the customer as well. I sell my t-shirts pretty cheap.
So, if you were to, do you envision Illicit growing? Like,
I've never really thought about it too much. It's never been my number one priority. So I've never thought of it as a career. I've never thought of it blowing up.
would
Because
you?
I don't do the work to be able to make it. I know what you need to do. You need to use your marketing tools. You need to probably pay someone else to do your marketing. Because I'm not going to be an expert on it. I could probably figure out the basics. But you need to pay someone for that stuff. And it shows there's loads of things in marketing at the moment. You just put in however much money and they produce it via sales back to you. And they just take cuts of whatever. You don't lose out. It's an investment. But I haven't had the time to focus on it really.
And is that in the plans for the future, or?
Maybe. Don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. For
So
now, I
if-
need to get back on it. When I've got my own space, I can get back on it, get back into it, maybe make a plan. But for now, produce a couple of thick t-shirts and see how it goes. Just keep the fans happy, if you want to call them fans.
I love it, the Illicit
Oh,
mob.
the mob gang.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
mob gang. You're my...
So my question is though, like, say you were to make it a priority, start marketing it correctly, and the sales went up. How would you approach that in terms of your supply line?
That's the thing with it. I like doing it all. It's my thing. Like, I don't look at it as a job. I do it because I find it fun.
Yeah,
As soon as it turns into hiring people and I got to be a manager, I got to be a CEO, whatever you want, MD. It's not something I really want to consider at this point in my life.
no,
It's not that serious. It's a massive risk for me to be taking if I had to quit my career to go and do that. I mean, me and you are both in pretty comfortable positions at our age, so I don't see the risk to reward at this moment, I guess.
I hear that, but it
But
could be in the future.
It could be,
You never know.
and I've had opportunities. People have approached me with marketing agency in Bristol has offered me investment money to go and do it, but it's that risk of me having to give my career away.
Yeah.
Well, at least take a break from my career,
Mm.
which is probably in the most important aspect of it at the moment. So I guess it's just weighing up the benefits and
And
the pros out.
I was listening to a business podcast the other day, and a bit of advice the investor gave was that bootstrap your company to as high a revenue as possible before taking investment.
Mm.
So it sounds like you made maybe not necessarily a business decision, but it sounds like you made a good decision at that time. So yeah, it's good. So have you got any advice for someone who, you know, who's maybe watching this podcast and has been thinking about starting their own clothing brand or just brand in general?
Yeah.
Have you got any advice or anything you do different if you were to start again?
I guess from my point of view, if you're going into it just to make money, it's not viable. You haven't got a creative process. People don't like to buy things that have been copied. Admittedly, there is markets for it, but it's probably a different marketing other than clothing brands. You have to be invested. It has to be original designs and not just a clone of someone else. That isn't something you'd want to be produced. You'll burn yourself out on it so easily,
Yeah.
unless you're purely on the business side of it.
Mm.
in which I can't imagine really a clothing brand's probably the place you want to be going to.
Yeah.
But if you're passionate about your designs and stuff, just get your head down, do the research. It's not hard to find any sort of articles online to find out how to help you, what blanks are good, what methods are good at doing it, what's the cheapest way, what's the most expensive way, what's the most quality clothes. You can find all of that online. It's easily accessible. Just be creative. Think about
And
it.
if you
Try and
can't-
do something different.
Yeah,
Admittedly, I'm not doing anything groundbreaking, but it's original and
for sure.
maybe a little bit different to what other people do.
Yeah. And if you can't find anything online, then just slide in Illicit's
Yeah, just
DMs.
give me a message. I'm more than
Illicit
happy to
dot
help
Bristol.
out. Admittedly, I'm no professional, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm happy to help.
No, I love that, bro. I love that. And any final like just tips in general, life advice for
Yeah,
any
main one
youngins?
is get online www.illicitbristol.com.
Yes, sir.
Spend all your money. That's me.
Yes,
I'll leave it
sir.
at that.
All right, bro. It's been a pleasure to
Pleasure,
have you
man.
on for the first pod, bro.
Love.
We made it happen somehow, some way. And Ride the Wave is officially a podcast now.
Yeah, riding it now.
We're riding now, baby.
Easy.
Nah, thanks for coming on though, bro, and thanks for
No
helping
problem,
me with
man.
the setup and everything.
Always got support.
And yeah, it's been sick. I've really enjoyed this conversation, bro.
It's been
As
good.
per my best friend right here, my
Yeah,
boy.
man. Love
You know
man.
what I'm saying? Love you, bro. So yeah, Ride the Wave out. Love.
I'll sit